Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is Mr. Shakespeare here again on Royal Watching Day, joined again by our esteemed colleague. Can't even say I can't. Liz Cross, how are you doing today, Liz? I know you're doing fine. Thank you. Let's move on. Let's get on with this.
Who doesn't want to do this probe? You all better thank me for getting Mr. Shakespeare to do this probe, because he does not want to do it.
It's just so pointless.
But we like them. We like watching them. We do.
Who's we?
All of us. Yeah. We, the listeners, the audience. You're doing it for them, Mr. Shakespeare. You are appeasing your fans.
Okay. Last weekend, Glastonbury was on.
Oh.
Guns N' Roses were the headline act of Saturday night, and they were okay, a bit wooden, I thought. They didn't have a lot of. I mean, Slash was very good on the guitar. It was okay, but it just wasn't. Of course, they're all 30 years older than when they all came out, you know. But it was. It was interesting, and I'm just wondering whether Harry and Meghan like Guns N' Roses.
Do they like Guns N' Roses? I saw them in concert.
Did you?
Yeah, but we don't get the Glastonbury coverage over here, and that's a shame, because when
you watch it on BBC iPlayer. You can still watch it.
No, because you have to be. Oh, there's all sorts of problems with that. So you have to have a VPN.
You can watch it.
You have to have a VPN. We used to have a VPN on our smart TV, and we would link directly into the BBC and ITV and BBC 1, 2, 3, 4. God knows how many BBCs you have now. And Channel 4. Is Channel 4 still around?
Yeah.
Okay, so we used to be able to do that. But then, for whatever reason, these smart TVs, we can't find one that will link up with a VPN anymore. So if anybody does know of a large smart TV, it has to be 55-inch, because my dad can't see. Right? He's, he sits right in front of the TV screen and he has a hard time seeing it. So at least 55-inch smart TV that will allow us to have a VPN on it. Please drop it in the comments. No, but I thought Elton John was the big headline act.
Well, no, he was the headline act for last night. He was the closing act. The Arctic and somebody were on Friday. Guns N' Roses were Saturday, and Elton John. There's a great meme going around of him, because apparently it's his last UK tour, UK touring date or something. And there's a great meme of him looking like Hilda Ogden. Remember out of fantastic, very good. Whoever did that.
Can you find the meme? Can you find
I have to find it. Yeah, I won't be able to find it now. Now we're live on air with this important probe that we have to do.
Well, Spotify canceled Meghan and canceled the multi-million-dollar deal. Said that they were talentless. That they're grifters. They're con men. Now the big speculation.
They're quite astute, then, aren't they?
Sorry.
They're quite astute. I mean, they haven't cancelled me. I still pay them £10 a month. So.
Oh, you mean Spotify?
Yeah, I pay them £10 a month, and I can have all the music I like.
Oh, I thought you paid them.
They haven't cancelled me.
For Meghan.
Oh, but they think she's talentless, really, and they're grifters, really. That's a surprise.
And they're con men. So now the big thing is, are they running out of money?
Right.
So let's ask.
It's funny you should say that, because when I got up this morning, that was one of the first questions I didn't ask myself.
Are Meghan and Harry running out of money. You're so funny. You realize a lot of people are going to take offense to this British humor. You understand that, right?
I should put them in the direction of Monty Python and get them to look at some of that. So our humor is unique.
Oh,
Oh, you'll probably get a load of complaints, and then maybe they'll say to you, Liz, don't have Shakespeare do these two anymore. Have that nice Ronan do it, or somebody like that, or Mr. Robot.
yeah, but they don't understand the royal family like
You
you
don't
do.
need to understand them, do you? You just,
Yeah, but you grew up with them. They're an institution. You have
and
to be British, don't you?
and that's where they should be, in an institution. You're right.
So let's ask Meghan, are you running out of money? No, we have enough. Let's ask Carrie, are you running out of money? Yes. Now, there's other speculation that Harry has been sleeping in a private hotel to get away from her.
Yeah,
Let's ask, have you been staying away from the home sometimes? Not talking about when you had to go for court cases or on business. I'm talking about just to get away. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I ready for what? Sorry.
Yes is the answer. He is staying away from her.
Oh, he is that right. Got it. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Let's ask him why. Why are you staying away from the house? Because she drives him crazy. She's demanding. He just said she's a lunatic. She's just driving him up the wall. She's never satisfied. She's constantly wanting more and more and more. Whatever you do, it's never enough. It's impossible. So why do you think you're running out of money? Because they don't have money coming in. That's it. Now, all the deals are done. They're gone. Are you working on more deals? Yes, they are trying to. But is anybody willing to do them? No. This is a PR disaster, he says. I should have listened to my brother Will. I swear to God, that's what he just said to me.
Right.
How do you feel about the court case in London? Terrible. Didn't go as planned. And you took the stand, yes. And didn't you realize that when you took the stand that they would give you evidence? Yes. And your answers were something to the effect of you had no concrete evidence of phone tapping. That's correct. So how did you think you were going to get away with that? Now, when he launched these court cases, he's telling me he was still part of the royal family, and the royal family have some clout in that department. But since he broke away from the royal family, he no longer has access to that sort of legal backing, that intelligence. He doesn't have access to any intelligence. He has access to nothing. So that is where there are systematic failures in this court case, because they were no longer able to access any sort of evidence or intelligence. Now, sorry, Mr. Shakespeare, I'm asking all the questions. Somehow I knew you wouldn't mind. The other question is, did you see your family at all when you were in London? No, he didn't even call them. Why? He doesn't want to talk to them. So do you realize what you've done? You're living in Montecito, he says some of the time, with a person that is impossible, never satisfied, this, that, and the other, who's losing all the money deals, who you believed you were going to be able to make it on your own. You don't like the publicity, you don't like the press, but then you're selling your own press. He's going to have to do another book. He just said to me, I've got another book deal. And that's how they're going to survive. So she says they're not running out of money. And I'm saying, why would Meghan say you're not running out of money? Because she has no idea her spending's out of control. He just said to me, and he says we're definitely running low on money. So there you go. There's your update.
Good.
What else would you like to know?
Did he watch Glastonbury last weekend?
Did you watch Glastonbury last weekend? No. He was too busy with the kids.
Okay.
Interesting. This is going just as I predicted years ago. Somewhere out there in the ether, there's a video of me saying, this is all going to end in tears. And people slated me in the comments. Liz, you have no idea what you're talking about. You're making this up. You're a fraud. You're bogus. You're this, you're that, blah, blah. It's playing out just as I said it would. They're going to get married. They're going to have 2 kids. He's going to wake up eventually, and they will get divorced. They will get divorced. I'm not saying this year, next year. This is not going to last. And he will be a complete outcast to the family. Just like the king that abdicated. He was considered an outcast. His family really didn't want much to do with him.
Well, he went and married Wallis Simpson, didn't he?
Yes. And at the time, that was terrible. Now it's like anything goes. But, she was a divorcee and all kinds of things. But I mean, he was an outcast. He had to live in France. And he was not welcome to many royal events. He was an outsider. And this is exactly what Harry has done himself. Now, anybody who's read the book or listened to the audiobook, you're listening to his version. And just remember that it's his version. And you can, there's a lot of things you can understand. There was no affection. There was no love there, especially from his father. Not talking about his mother, but from his father. They were raised by nannies. There was not a lot of interaction. You can see why he is the way he is. However, he will wake up and realize he has made a massive, massive mistake. It's going to take a while, but he'll figure it out. All right. Anything else from you, Mr. Shakespeare?
No, I think we've covered all of the bases on this one.
Well, thanks for being a good sport. I don't think people outside of the UK, and again, this is for our new listeners, those of you that have been with us for a while, you know this. They don't understand that a lot of British people don't really care for the royal family. They think that everybody loves the royal family, right? Couldn't be farther from the truth in the UK. However, Americans and Canadians and Australians and lots of people around the globe are absolutely fascinated by them. I like them. I'm a royalist. I do like the royal family. I like the historical markers that the royal family sets. You can always attach to somebody's reign that this happened. That's why it's called the Elizabethan era or the Victorian era or the George. But so I quite like that. I like the history of it. Anybody out there listening, if you have not watched The Crown, you need to watch The Crown. Excellent series. All right, Mr. Shakespeare. Well, thank you. Thank you for sticking around and not abandoning me.
Love don't live here anymore. Oh dear.
Cheerio.
Bye.